Yo, what is going on everyone? Today I am bringing you a brand new video and it's going to be another Football Manager 2016 experiments video. However, this time there's a bit of a twist. There is going to be no manager experiments today. It is going to be based on two players. Now it's based on transfer rumours mainly, and it's going to be two players moving to Liverpool. Now as you can see, we are in the Liverpool team right now. It is July 2015, so I know it's the start of this season just gone. But, you know, the rumours are that they're going to be joining next season, so we might as well just go from here. Now, we're going to give these players 3 seasons at Liverpool. You may have spotted them already. As you can see, Mario Gotze, he is heavily linked with Liverpool right now. And Marco Reus. Now, there's a bit of a joke going around with Liverpool fans. There always has been that Reus should be signed. It's never going to happen, but us Liverpool fans just like to joke about it. However, Mario Gotze has been heavily linked with reuniting with Jurgen Klopp. So obviously, that's why I'm putting this one in there, and then the Marco Reus one was just a bit of fun. But let's jump a year into the future and see how these two do in their first season at Liverpool. Okay, so we are 1 year into the future, as you can see, June 2016. Now, something quite concerning. One of these players is transfer requested. He's put a transfer request in himself. The other player is wanted. But that does give me reason to think they have had good seasons. We're going to go off the average match rate, and as you can see, Mario Gotze was only behind Roberto Firmino and Felipe Coutinho, and Marco Reus was 4th because Lazar Markovic is actually out on loan, so very good seasons for them too. Let's take a look at them in terms of goals. So Mario Gotze was actually the highest scorer in the entire Liverpool team this season, and Marco Reus actually getting 13 goals himself. If we just go a bit more detailed into Gotze, go on his history, and there's his stats for this season. Now, he made 47 appearances in total. He scored 21 goals, 3 of which were penalties from 3. He got 5 assists, 9 man of the matches, that's very impressive, and an average match rating of 7.42. How did he do in the continental football? He actually scored quite a lot in Europe, as you can see there, and quite a lot in the league. He didn't really score in the cup, well, he didn't actually score at all, but he didn't even play in the cup. We'll maybe have a look at why in a moment. Liverpool may have been knocked out in the early rounds, but let's just go and take a quick look at Marco Reus. I'm going to go to his history as well. He made 43 appearances, none of which being substitutes, scoring 13 goals, getting 6 assists, no player of the matches, which is quite surprising. But he had an average match rating of 7.33. So Marco Reus, again, quite a good season. Did he play in the cup? He actually made 3 appearances in the cup, which is quite surprising. He actually scored the majority of his goals in the league. Let's just go and take a look at Liverpool as a whole, so then we can kind of get an idea of how these guys really impacted the team. So as you can see, Liverpool did actually finish 5th in the league, 5 points off 4th, and then a long way off Manchester City winning the league. So they'll probably be disappointed with that. There's a bit of a spoiler on this page, but I don't really want to point it out. It's actually all over the page, so you may notice it, but I may just cover it up. But as you can see, as I just said, Liverpool did actually finish 5th. Let's just take a look at their schedule. So if we go for the Capital One Cup, they were knocked out in the 4th round at home to Burnley. 3rd round, they actually won against Brighton 4-1. Let's just see, none of the 2 lads on the score sheet there. FA Cup wise, they won 2-0 away to Preston. They also won 1-0 away at home to Newcastle, before going out in the, what would that be, 5th round, yeah, so it's not quite the quarters, but 2-0 at home to Tottenham. Let's just see, did any of them score? No, Jordan Ibe. And no, they didn't score in any cup competitions, as we just said. But as I'm scrolling through, they're still in the Europa League. This is the quarterfinals, semi-finals. They're still there. They actually won the Europa League. That's quite impressive. Marco Reus actually getting the goal in the final. He did pick up an injury though. But let's just take a quick look at the Europa League run. I'll just go on the filters, all competitions, and I'll get rid of everything else. There we go. So in the group stages, they won every single game. They actually then drew Borussia Dortmund. How, you know, that's just fate, isn't it? They lost 2-0 away, but then beat them 4-0 at home. Be interesting to see. Gotze actually showing up, didn't he? He got 2 goals in that game. Bit of a technical fault there, but I am back up and running. Ajax were the next team that they faced, absolutely thumping them 6-1 in aggregate. West Ham, similar fate for them, 4-1 on aggregate. Sevilla, 3-0 on aggregate. Very convincing victories these. They only actually lost 1 in the entire Europa League. Didn't draw any games, they won every other game. and then they won on penalties in the final against Shakhtar. That's quite impressive. Jurgen Klopp winning the Europa League in the first season in charge, so despite missing out on Champions League via the league, they actually got it through the Europa League, and it does seem to me as though Marco Reus and Mario Gotze were very influential in this run. Let's jump another season into the future and see how these guys do. Okay, so we are one more year into the future. It is now 2 seasons in, June 2017, and as you can see, Mario Gotze, third best player at the club this season, and Marco Reus has slipped quite significantly, and he is actually unhappy if you go and take a look. Mario Gotze getting a 7.4 average match rating overall, Marco Reus with a, whereabouts is he there, 7.17. Let's just take a look at the goals. Marco Reus actually top scorer, Mario Gotze second top scorer, getting 33 goals between them. That's quite impressive, to be fair. Let's just take a look at them in a bit more detail. Starting off with Mario Gotze, we'll start with. So, last time around, you remember he actually put in a transfer request, but he's still here, quite surprisingly. Obviously, he wanted to stay. As you can see, he made 45 appearances, 4 of which being substitutes. 16 goals, 14 assists. That's absolutely incredible. This guy seems to be a real talent, because he's getting 10 Man of the Match awards and a 7.45 average match rating. So in 45 appearances, he's either scoring or assisting 30 goals. That's crazy. This guy is really talented for the attack and mid role and looks to be having a huge impact at Liverpool. We're going to move on to Mario Gotze, I was going to say, even though I've just done him, we're going to do Marco Reus. Let's see, 41 appearances, 2 of which being substitutes, 17 goals, only 6 assists. Again, he didn't get many assists last season, I don't believe. No Man of the Match awards yet again. I think that's because Mario Gotze takes them all, to be fair, and a 7.17 average match rating. It's fair to say he didn't do as well this season, and he didn't do as well as his teammate Mario Gotze. However, it's still quite impressive for I think he's still quite young, isn't he? He's 28, he's not dead young, but you know, coming into a new league, it's quite still impressive only after 2 seasons. Let's just take a look at how Liverpool done. So as you can see, finishing 6th. 73 points, 6 points off 4th. They'll be disappointed with that, and then again a long way off to City in 1st position. Yeah, they'll be disappointed with that, Liverpool. Let's just take a look at the other competitions, how they done in them. Where's schedule? There it is. So the European Super Cup, they actually lost to Juventus because obviously they won the Europa League last season. That's a disappointing start to the year. Capital One Cup 3rd round, they won against Leeds. Where's the next one? They lost 3-2 at home to Fulham. Shock result that. Let's just take a look at this Champions League because this really doesn't look good. Champions League, wow, I think I'm seeing that right. Let's just go to Group D. I was kind of blown away reading that. Yep, I was right. They only won 1 match and it was at home to Bayern Munich. To be fair, that was a very tough group. 2 points off qualifying, but they drew 3 games, lost 2, only won 1. Negative goal difference, you're not really going to get through with that, so that's obviously disappointing for them as well. Can they put anything together in the FA Cup? Beating Watford away 2-0, beating Carlisle at home 3-0, and wow, going out to Swansea away 2-1, so really disappointing season really for Liverpool. Obviously, I want to say once more, Mario Gotze is the silver lining really. He looks like a really good player for Liverpool. We'll see how he does in his 3rd and final season. We're just going to jump straight to that now. We're in the final season now, and as you can see, Mario Gotze, 4th best player this year around. Emre Can, Felipe Coutinho and Andre Fontas beating him. And then, wow, Marco Reus is a long way down. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9th best this year with a 7.14. Mario Gotze 7.35. Both players kind of dipping. And as you can see, Marco Reus is unhappy once more. Let's just start off with Mario Gotze. Take a look at his season. 46 games, 7 substitute appearances, 18 goals, 3 assists, 7 player of the matches, and a 7.35. So obviously a dip from previous years, as you can see up here. But it's still quite impressive. So as you can see, he's actually only 25 years of age, so he's still got some decent years left in his legs. As for Marco Reus, he's 29 now. Wow, that's quite poor. 49 appearances, 15 goals, and 9 assists. He got 2 player of the matches, the first time he's actually got any in a season, and a 7.14 average match rating. To be fair though, his cup matches tend to bring his average match rating down. The rest of them aren't too bad. But obviously, you'd expect more from Marco Reus considering the transfer fee he'll probably come in for. Obviously, because I just moved him, there was no transfer fee. But you are looking at a high fee for this type of guy. But obviously, pretty disappointing 3 years for him. Whereas it's the complete opposite for Mario Gotze. He has really blossomed at Liverpool. Let's just take a look at how Liverpool done. On a whole, 68 points, that's lower than they have been getting. Finishing 5th, above Arsenal this time though. But still, the top 4 remain quite similar. They were only 14 points off the lead. It was actually 82 points to win the league this year. Very packed at the top. They were 7 points off 4th position. Let's just take a look at their schedule and see how they've done in the other competitions. So they're actually in the Europa League this year. We'll take a quick look at, what should we look at first? We'll go for the Capital One Cup and FA Cup. So as you can see, Capital One Cup, 2-0 win at home in the 3rd round, 1-0 win at home in the 4th, and then a defeat at home to Chelsea in the quarter-finals. As for the FA Cup, 3 straight wins against relatively easy opponents all at home. Then a draw at home to Swansea, they'll be disappointed with that, and then they go and lose the replay 3-2 in the 6th round. So I believe that's 1 round away from the semi-final, so that's obviously disappointing. Europa League, well, how did they do in that? So they won all the group stage matches. Pretty easy group though, you've got to admit. Dynamo Moscow, Panathinaikos, and I'm not even going to try that team. Then they got, I can't even say that one, Dnipro, I think it's how you say it. I've heard of them, I just don't know how you say the name. 2 straight wins, 2-1 and 3-1 away from home and at home, retrospectively. And then they actually go and lose on away goals to Besiktas in the 2nd knockout round. So pretty disappointing season for Liverpool. Let's just check if Jurgen Klopp, yeah, he's still in charge, but obviously a disappointing season all told. That is all for this video. Hope you have enjoyed. Obviously, we have experimented how Marco Reus and Mario Gotze would do at Liverpool. In the next video, we are going to look at how Karim Benzema, obviously another one that's just always linked with Arsenal, so obviously he's going to Arsenal, and Xhaka, I think that's how you say his name, the centre defensive mid from Borussia Mönchengladbach, also going to Arsenal. So it's an Arsenal experiment next time. Hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please do let me know. Drop a like on the video. Comment if you've got any other players you want me to do, because I can sure do it. You know, just give me your suggestions. And if you are new around here, please do subscribe. It is always much appreciated. Until next time, goodbye.